Hi, I'm Laura and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Lost and Found. And today we're talking about how weight loss takes a really long time. First things first, I want to apologize because there seems to be a lot of noise surrounding me. If it's not my kids making noise, then someone is hammering in the apartment above mine. Someone else is playing a lot of music. I hear a lot of wind. There are cars on the road. So I'm really sorry if you hear a lot of background noise, but I hope I'm as clear as possible. So today I want to talk about how weight loss takes a really long time. In some ways I'm incredibly patient, but in many ways I'm incredibly impatient. I don't know, I think that's just who I am. But here's the problem. When it comes to weight loss, it has to take a while. And it depends on how much weight you're losing anyway. So let me just talk a little bit about my experience with this. I think mid 2017, I've mentioned this in a video before, actually my very first video. Check it out if you haven't watched it already, about my backstory on this journey. When I wanted to lose weight the very first time, I gave myself a deadline. Around May, June 2017, I decided, well, I have to lose about 10 to 20 kilos in a space of 6 months. So reason being is early 2018, I had hoped I would conceive, which I did, thank God. When I start my weight loss journey, I start well. I didn't have any professional help. I just went online, got a bunch of information and worked with that. Can you imagine, as soon as I start this video is when someone starts hammering upstairs. Like before there was total silence and now the hammering begins. My apologies. Anyway, so I said, okay, I have a timeline, 6 months, must have lost this weight. I did what I did. I don't want to repeat my backstory. But the frustrating thing is I wasn't able to lose the weight I wanted to and actually ended up being in hospital because I was trying to do too much at once. I was consuming maybe over 2,500 calories, maybe even close to 3,000 calories a day. I'm now consuming in just one day 1,200 calories. So I ended up hospitalized, I collapsed, my body just couldn't handle it, and the story goes on. When I started this journey again in November 2019, the same thing. I sat down with my doctor who was helping me through it, and I said, how fast can I lose 40 kilos? This is November 2019. I'm hoping that by April 2020, I have lost everything that needs to be lost. I gave myself about 6 months to go from 105 kilos to about 65 kilos. He said, well, if you're being optimistic, a year. And that is if you're doing everything you're supposed to do and your body is responding as fast as it can. Then optimistically we can wait a year. And this is to do it the healthy way. Because I know there are many people who do it in an unhealthy way and get fast results, but the results hurt them in the long run, or they don't last long. So I said, okay, to do this properly, let me just go ahead and do what I need to do. I'm giving myself a few months. Long story short, I'm no longer 105 kilos. I'm 80 something kilos right now, but it's been like over a year and a half since I started this journey. So I guess I didn't reach the place I wanted to reach. So I feel like God has been telling me that this will take as long as it takes. But part of the reason why I've changed my attitude now is I've realized that I'm on not just a weight loss journey for losing excess fat from my body, but I am on a journey in many ways, a spiritual journey, a journey on loving myself, a journey on being a more positive person, of being a better person, being a more empowered person. So because of that, it's taken long. And I feel like I haven't even learned half the lessons, or maybe even less than that, the lessons that I need to learn to get to that place. So I have finally, and I'm talking about like in the last few weeks, I have finally embraced the fact that it will take as long as it takes. I've accepted it. I am at peace with it. I won't lie, there are times when I'm like, why can't time just fly, you know? But I've decided to get peace with it. I am okay with the fact that it will take as long as it takes. Hopefully it won't take the rest of my life, but it will not happen like that, and I'm okay with it. I've understood that weight loss takes a long time. Transformation takes a long time. You can't transform in a day. Maybe there's certain habits that you can break and say, today I'm going to drop that habit, and you drop that habit that day. but the transformation process, especially when it comes to dealing with your physical body or when it comes to dealing with your health, whatever that may mean, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever that may mean, it always does take time. It always takes as long as it takes. I'm just going to tell you how I've been dealing with the frustration of it. I think this thought process has taken the whole of 2021, right from January till June maybe of 2021 this year, for me to realize that this will take as long as it takes. There's certain habits I've had to drop, or certain things I've stopped doing, or certain things I've started doing to encourage me on this journey. The first thing is I have stopped weighing myself often. So when I started in 2019, I would weigh myself every morning without fail. I have a bathroom scale, a very basic bathroom scale, which I would use, step on. Oh my gosh, today it's half a kilo. Oh my gosh, I've added a kilo. Oh my gosh, yes, I've lost 2 kilos. But whatever the case, I tracked myself. And for, I think, some time it worked. But the problem is when I would not get the results I'd want to get, I'd get so frustrated, take it out on the scale, be miserable, be depressed, be sad, and it really just was a mess. So I think that dropping the scale worked. Not that I never weigh myself. So the place where I go to work out has a scale. So I do get myself measured about once a month. And I feel like that has helped. So the scale has sort of become my enemy, I would say. One of my biggest success points is I stopped comparing myself to others. For example, my husband started this journey with me. He started in November 2019. And within 9 months or so, he looks so lean. He's completely transformed how he looks. And I'm so happy for him because we're doing this together. I love him. I'm proud of him. He has worked so hard to get where he's got. But my progress has been significantly slower, significantly less. And it's frustrating, right? The person who you're literally married to is going, and you're just like snail pace moving along. It's not just him, people around me who have tried to lose weight. Some of them have got kids ever since. Their bodies, changed when it came to pregnancy and everything that comes with it. And then they drop the weight and I'm still this big. So I would say not comparing myself to others has gradually helped me realize that my journey is my journey. And even though they have their own story, they have their own bodies, I think just understanding that has taken me such a long time, but I'm so glad I've reached the place finally. Similar to not comparing myself to others, not comparing my journey to other people's journeys. There's some people who have done this weight loss thing, had 40 kilos to lose. Some of them are just like, I need 3. 3 kilos or 5 kilos or way less than 10 kilos to lose. Some of them have reached that point and I'm like, yeah, good for you. And I'm so happy for them. For the ones who've done it in a healthy way, because like I said, there are others who haven't. But their journey is completely different from mine. So just like we're different people, we're all unique in our own ways. Just the same way, you can start in school with somebody, a classroom with them from P1 or grade 1 or first grade. By the time you are adults, you have different paths. You earn differently, you've got different experiences. It's the same thing with weight loss. You can't expect everything to go exactly the same way. We are different. So the fact that I accepted that my journey is different from other people's journeys has really helped me in having peace with the fact that weight loss will take a while for me. I would say that taking it a day at a time has really helped. I honestly decided to stop thinking so much about a year from now. So when I began, like I said, I gave myself a deadline. 6 months, I'm gonna have it. But honestly speaking, it's taken me a while. This is July 2021. I started in November 2020. To be quite honest, there are times I was exercising, there are times I wasn't being careful with what I was eating when I was exercising. Other times I was careful with what I was eating, but when it came to exercise, nothing. There are times I was doing absolutely nothing with both, and there are times I've been right on track. So, with the ebbs and flows or the ups and downs of this journey, I've decided rather than focusing on tomorrow, on next week, on 6 months from now, on a year from now, let me just focus on today. So today, can I not cheat? Can I eat healthy food? If I do cheat, okay, it's today. I don't have to cheat tomorrow, and it's fine. I'll wake up tomorrow and say, cheated yesterday, not happening today. Or if it comes to exercise, I focus on today. Do I exercise in the morning? Do I exercise in the evening? whatever I need to do to get me motivated. I'm just focusing on today. I'm not worried about every year from now I must. Do I plan? Yes. Naturally, even then, I'm a planner, so it's a given. But I do my level best to make sure that I focus on today. There are days when I'm really feeling off and I don't get where I need to on that day. That's fine, but I focus on just today. My final thing is being kind to myself. The fact that not everybody else is where I'm at, or I'm not where everybody else is fine, right? I mentioned this already. It's okay. It's okay. Be compassionate to yourself. Being compassionate doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't mean being lazy. And it definitely doesn't mean feeling sorry for yourself. Nah, that's different. Being compassionate means that you accept that God made you the way you are and you love yourself, whatever size you are, even if you're overweight or underweight or shorter than most people or taller than average. Whether you have crazy hair or whether you have very kempt hair or whatever your complexion is, whatever it is, you make sure that you do you. You love yourself. You make sure that you accept yourself. And to be honest with you, I'm still struggling to accept myself, but I definitely feel I'm on the way to getting to that place. I'm kind to myself. I understand that I have bad days and awful moments and times when I'm strong and times I need to lean on someone else, when I need support, external support, or I just need to remember that I am a child of God and that is it. I just feel that being kind to yourself is maybe the key to accepting who you are and accepting that you don't need to panic and rush along this journey. I feel that there's so much to say, but I can't pack it in a few minutes. So I'll definitely be revisiting this topic or the subject in weeks, months, years to come. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Tell everybody you know about it. And please do let me know what you want us to talk about or what you would like me to address here on Lost and Found. I appreciate it. I love you all.